The Ben Heck Show is brought to you by Element 14, the electronic design community where you can connect and collaborate with top engineers from around the world. Join now at element14.com. Hello and welcome back to the Ben Heck Show.
Hey Ben, you know how you were getting frustrated when we do builds and you don't really get to polish them when they're done? We just kind of get them just barely finished.
It's more about getting them done in a week than it is about getting them done right.
Well, we're going to change it up a little bit.
Oh?
And this year, we're going to do some long-term builds.
Oh, that sounds good. What sort of builds are we doing?
So I know you were really excited to get more work done on your super glue gun idea.
Yeah, oh, and Hackmanji.
Mm-hmm. We're going to do the logic bomb portion
Right.
of Hackmanji and see if we can turn it into a really good educational game.
Well, what's the third project going to be?
I'm so glad you asked. So we've had a poll up on the Element 14 community that's allowing our lovely community members to help pick the third build we're going to be doing over the next year.
So what are we going to be doing in today's episode?
So today's episode, we're going to go back and look at some of the episodes where we filmed those builds that we're considering in the poll.
Oh, so we can recap what they were.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And we're going to give it the MST3K treatment. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we can make fun of ourselves. And then at the end, we're going to reveal the winner of the poll, which will be the third major project that we work on over the next coming year.
We should go make some popcorn.
Let's get started.
Amazing hacks.
Where are my dragons?
Inspired designs.
Oh, look, I knocked some hot glue loose.
Regrettable acting.
I want to live in a world with Star Wars again!
Each week, Element 14's The Ben Heck Show brings you innovative projects using electronics, engineering, and more.
All right, you guys ready?
You do, yeah.
We've got to react.
All right.
Whoa! Well, that's...
Why is there a little white square on it?
is
Can you
there a
click
little
on
white
that?
You can click on that, yeah.
Oh, that
and then it
makes
takes
sense.
you to element14.com.
I wish it had text that said,
What it
click
says in there.
here for awesome.
Whoa.
That is a sweet overhead like swing shot. That was very well done, Max. I enjoy that.
This was the first episode we used the overhead.
The C-stand that I hate?
Yeah, during this episode, I made that little overhead thing while you were gone. I'm like, Ben's not making,
Oh,
I
that's
should
right.
make.
And then we had to remake it with the 3D printer.
Yeah, because it eventually broke. 'cause it
Whoa,
was
Karen's hair is like really long.
So do you want to hear how ridiculous I am with my coordinating? I wore that scarf that day because the little curly cues on it looked like the waves from Wind Waker and another Zelda game because I was wearing a Zelda shirt.
Wow.
Oh my God.
That's some
I'm
incredible
that
So even if you're
coordination.
not color coordinated, you're thematically coordinated?
I was that day.
Also during this episode, so on Monday, Felix came in the morning and he's just sweating.
Oh God, I remember that.
And it turned
yeah.
out that he had this tooth that had died.
Oh no.
And he had
Yeah.
been in pain all night, and he's like, I barely came in. It was
I've
pretty
had that
bad.
happen. It's incredibly painful.
He's a trooper.
Did he get it fixed?
He did, but it was weeks later. Remember when I told you, yeah, he just said the pain went away, and you're like, oh no.
That means
that's
not good. Yeah.
good.
Dental information on the Ben Heck
That's
Show.
so exciting.
Dental knowing.
So, I have a theory that Felix is always as cold as I am. He just doesn't talk about it because he's usually wearing some kind of like thermal shirt
Right.
Yeah,
under
I've-
his other shirts.
Well, also think about it. You guys are both a lot skinnier than me, so it affects you more.
We have less natural insulation.
Well, it's true. I mean, it's just science.
I think it's part style, part that he's cold.
Plus,
I
I'm
think he
Norwegian, Viking blood.
Because he has this site that he buys all his shirts from.
Oh.
But that's where the concealed carrion joke came from.
Yeah, because a shirt came in, and he's like, yeah, that's my concealed carry shirt. And then we're all kind of silent for a bit. We're like, do you have a gun? It's like, no, I just like the extra pockets.
So then we came up with a joke that, because we were talking about airplanes, and we're like, well, what if you tried to sneak a dead roadkill animal onto a plane, and then it would be a concealed carrion? Oh yeah, I guess we should talk more about the episode. So he's gonna cut a hole in that guitar.
Yeah.
He's going
I
to cut
guess he's
multiple
gonna cut a
holes
hole
in the guitar because he cuts a hole in the top of the body.
So apparently Felix had dreadlocks at one point in his life.
That's so hard to believe.
Yeah.
And I've often asked about a picture of that, and he says it doesn't exist, but I don't know if I believe him.
Well, he probably just hopes it doesn't exist.
Or he probably burned all of them after that period of his life.
Yeah.
No one will know.
So that's an existing thing that goes into a guitar, and he's going to build his own version of it?
Yes.
All right, cool.
Have you
tie
guys,
some strings
well,
to
you
his
guys
mouth.
probably haven't because you're men, but there's this like video online of Fall in Love with Tom Hiddleston in like 30 seconds or something, and he just like stares and grins at the camera.
I think
feel
I've seen
like-
that.
I feel like we could do this shot of Felix just doing that.
It is a very like, hey ladies, shot.
It is.
I got circuitry. So what is this board
Let me
that he
tell you
has?
about lytics.
Is that a...
Didn't you eat Dory after you found her?
No, I
in
didn't
New
eat
Zealand?
Dory. I just saw that they were selling Dory. Okay, so this is the pinball episode?
It
the mini
is.
pinball?
Yeah, it's beardless Ben. It's weird to see.
Yeah.
Is this back when you still wore like polos every day? You're like Mr. Corporate?
I don't know.
I don't think you wear polos every
Well, one of the
day.
reasons I like to wear polos is because it's easy to put the lab on them.
Yeah.
Gives you...
Because collars and buttons and
Yeah,
things.
t-shirts are kind of hard because you have to like fold it up a little bit.
You're telling me.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it forms a little sound cave and
Is
distorts.
this? Oh, it's Illustrator. Okay.
Oh yeah, we had optos and switches on that thing. So it
So-
seems like people like in the voting, this is going pretty well, right? The pinball.
Yeah, this is the highest rated one so far.
Oh boy, a lot of parts. Like I think this had the most 3D printed parts of any project we've ever done on the show.
Ben, are you wearing acid washed jeans in this episode?
I know, I'm sure they're just normally faded out jeans.
Oh.
trying to be cool for the kids.
I don't know. Those
Got
look
my
like they
jeans
might
from
be
Buckle.
acid washed.
Oh yes, my.
Why would I buy acid wash jeans?
I can't imagine.
Do
you
I seem like someone
going
who would
into
buy
a store.
acid wash jeans?
I'm looking for acid wash jeans.
I would like something that already looks like it's worn out.
Designer
Hey,
jeans,
people
please.
do that.
I know they
it's
do,
so
but
stupid. I hate the ripped jean thing.
I think we
Oh,
could have done
yeah.
that
It's
ball,
coming back.
that ball loader a little better. Oh look, it's my ever popular T-shirt.
Yes.
That,
we
like-
get many comments on that.
I get comments on that like in real life. Like it's insane.
But it's a good. People like puns.
It's
As
not
much
even-
as people mock puns, most people, or at least a
I
lot
don't
of
think
people,
that's a pun, actually.
quite enjoy puns. You think that's not a pun?
It's a pun.
It's a pun.
Do you think my shirt is a pun? Let us know in the comments below.
All right, was there?
Didn't-
Please tell me
didn't
there was
Felix-
someone in that
Yeah,
paper.
didn't
Oh yeah, it was
Felix make
Felix.
that?
And it had a camera inside of it and a screen.
Is it just made of like cardboard and duct tape, or what?
I think so.
Construction paper,
Pretty intense costume for an episode.
Plastic.
Hey, that's at
Tablecloth?
the old shop, isn't
This
it?
is the old
Yeah.
shop.
The old shop. Everyone who visited was like, "Wow, it looks bigger on TV."
Oh, our cameras are way better now.
Yes.
Do creepers have arms? They have arms, don't they?
I don't think they
Do
do.
they?
I think they just run into you. Unless they're really tiny, like kind of a T-Rex or something. This is back when it was just Ben. Felix wasn't in the show really.
Was?
I mean, Felix might have
Allison
been
was
there,
there.
No,
but
Felix was here because I remember I got my space shuttle in 2014, I think. Yes.
but he didn't do segments
So-
or anything. He was just
right.
kind of behind the scenes.
So this would have been summer 2014, I believe. It was the last summer we were at the shop. I'm surprised they don't make something like this. Although the one problem is, people make computers and circuits in Minecraft and it's just insane.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But the thing is, I don't think you actually really learn useful skills about logic doing that. So
Yeah.
you have to do logic in a strange way to make that work.
Yeah, you learn how to build it in Minecraft, but it's not really applicable to,
There are circuit toys, like there's
Real world.
little bits and snap circuits and what's the other one?
Well, right, but those use real circuits.
Yeah.
Whereas in Minecraft, it's like, oh, if you use redstone and a torch and put it oriented like this, that creates a NOT gate. So you have to
Oh.
represent the circuits using, abstract ideas. But the thing is, kids are freaking obsessed with Minecraft, so I figured it'd be a good gateway drug.
Here, kids, put down your devices and come play with these physical toys.
No!
Use my imagination. How?
What's imagination? Look, Attack from Mars, before I sold it stupidly.
Can I watch imagination on a screen?
I sure hope they make a remake of Attack from Mars to justify the fact that I sold it.
Yeah, I miss that thing.
I
Yeah.
shouldn't have sold it.
I miss returning to battle.
Yeah.
Building
We
atomic
don't really
blasters.
have like pinball breaks anymore now that it's
No.
gone.
That's
Well-
because you guys don't like my amazing space shuttle game that's
No.
broken
I
half
have
the
said
time.
That's
nothing
also 'cause it's
bad
broken.
about Space Shuttle.
Space Shuttle is fun, just not as fun.
It's not as fun. There's
as
not like
Attack from
crazy
Mars.
aliens that like.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm not,
well,
I'm
yeah.
not
Like
blowing
freak
up
out.
spaceships.
There's far
and-
less in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of 3D printing in this episode.
Surprise.
You know, it's just amazing how much we've gotten out of that MakerBot. It's just insane.
Yeah,
I
how
should've-
many hours are on it now? Like
Oh.
1,000
Oh my
something?
There's like over 1,700, I think.
Wow.
I should have just bought 2. If I would have
Only
known.
you had known.
I would have, because
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like, heck.
Remember when you got the cake for your MakerBot?
Oh yeah, we had a $1,000 birthday party for it. And we'll probably, who knows, you might have a 2,000 hour.
Oh, you said 1,000 hour. For a second, I thought you said $1,000. I'm like, you bought a $1,000 cake? What?
I'm sure like,
First of all, where do you find a cake where they charge you $1,000? It's
bet
not like a wedding
The
cake.
Ace of Cakes.
I bet
We-
so. Oh, yeah,
we went on
yeah.
the Food Network. And
or
found
Dubai,
a
they
guy
probably have
to
a
do
cake
it.
with
Are
like
there
gold
bakeries
flakes on
in
it.
Madison that would charge $1,000
Super
for a cake?
fancy.
You know the thing is that fondue stuff, they cover those fancy cakes, but it
Fondant?
tastes like,
the fondant, the like sheets.
yeah, it
Yeah.
tastes like
Frosting?
crap.
It's
Oh, it
really
does.
bad. Yeah, it's, what is it called? Marzipan. That's
Yes.
what it is.
Yeah,
Oh.
basically.
I don't like it. Not good.
Yeah. Who cares what your cake looks like?
Yeah.
So the reason we have that electric tape on the filing cabinet behind me is to make it an X file.
Oh.
That's awesome.
Oh, this is also.
I don't
dual
think
camera.
anyone would ever notice that.
Well, that's why it's there. I was so
The
mad.
details.
Because I didn't watch X-Files back when it was on TV because I didn't watch TV at all in the 90s. Then I started watching it on Netflix and I was like, oh, I started watching X-Files. Then Allison's like, oh, did you get to the part where, major spoiler? And I'm like, why'd you tell me that? And then I kind of forgot about it, but then it was like season 8 and the spoiler came up and I came into work and I was so mad. I'm like, Allison, you spoiled something that was like 8 seasons in after I watched the show for like 1 weekend. She's like, well, you might have got to it. I was like, no, there's literally no way I could have gotten to it, even if I watched it.
Super
Even
binger.
if I watched it without sleeping,
24/7, just
I
glued to
could
the
not have
TV.
gotten to that spoiler. And I won't say what the
Gotta see what
spoiler
happens.
is.
That's good.
What is that? Is it? Oh, it's an element 14. Yeah,
Yep.
of
All
course.
the swag.
The seeing eye hat, turning blind people into element 14 billboards.
There's that hand move.
So excited.
There's your impression of Karen, basically.
We've already established that I'm a
Whoa,
walking
focus.
cartoon character. Oh, this was clearly summer. Well, I got like some, like I'm not even
Got
that
some tan
tan,
on.
but I feel like I'm super tan. For
Maybe it
me,
was in preparation for your Ray cosplay.
It might have been. So no, I didn't cut my hair until after I did my Ray costume because I wanted to make sure my hair was long enough to get the third like hair knob. It's not even a bun, it's like a hair knob.
So we were talking about maybe trying to figure out how to make this into a product as well, but we wouldn't need all that magnet stuff. All you really need is the logic portion with the plugs.
Yeah.
But you were saying we would need to find a more inexpensive way to make the connectors, right?
Yeah, I know we were arguing about that once. Something between banana plugs, which are very expensive, and just individual headers, which are super cheap but kind of wimpy.
It's one of those situations where Karen's like, no, redo it.
Yeah. This is bad. I don't like it.
It was the backup movie people went to when Toy Story 1 was sold out.
Yeah.
Well, I worked at a theater when that movie came out.
Sarah
It's like,
Whittle.
oh, Toy Story's sold out? I guess we'll go to this thing. Man, you're really upset in this episode, Karen.
No, I was just demanding.
Is there a difference?
There's a difference?
There's a difference. I wasn't upset. I was like, you must do this because it's a game for children.
Do now.
Therefore,
You were demanding with great enthusiasm.
I wasn't annoyed, I was irritated.
Hey, I think we've established that I care a lot about screen accuracy
It's true.
to an unnecessary degree. Have you seen those videos of people that make felted hats for their cats out of the cat's fur?
No,
Oh,
that's
that's
weird.
They're like little cone hats.
Hey, it's Allison. Why are we dressed up?
Why are you
I think
dressed
you're doing
up?
like an infomercial kind of thing. The super glue gun. I wish I was there for those days. That
When we
seems
had
awesome.
two 90s Williams games.
Yeah, Ben, I think it's time to make another pinball game.
Dialed in.
See,
Where are we
that's
gonna
what you
put
should have
it?
done with your like end
Where
of
did we
year
put Attack from Mars?
finances.
In there.
But we redid the break room with
Just
one.
put it in front of the window.
I guess we could maybe move Space Shuttle somewhere else. We'll probably.
So, is this glue gun similar to like a MIG welder where you can set the speed that it dispenses?
Yeah, the further you pull the trigger, the faster it goes. Looks like we took an Xbox trigger and modified it with a magnet. The thing is, though, if we had a motor in the in your hand, the electromagnetic field of the motor might affect the Hall effect sensor. Maybe we might have to use an optical sensor. sensor, kind of like the N64 joystick.
Is there a way to work in like an anti-drip function?
I was just thinking about that. Well, this had that. This had a motor control, so it actually does what 3D printers do. You know when the 3D printer head moves without spitting out any plastic?
Yeah.
When it does that, it actually slightly retracts the plastic to keep it from dripping. And that's what this thing did. When you released the trigger, it retracted the glue so it wouldn't drip.
See, I need a glue gun like that because I have a scar on the inside of my knee from when I had been making hair flowers for hours, and I was holding the glue gun in my right hand while doing something with my left, and it was just kind of like suspended in air, and it dripped on my leg after it had been on for...
from hot glue?
It had been on for over an hour.
Okay.
And so the glue was like magma and burned.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never gotten more than a first-degree burn, personally, off hot glue.
Yeah, it hit my leg, and I instinctually grabbed it with my hand and then like burned my fingers also.
No.
It was awful. Also, it was like on the inside of my knee, so running it under cold water was tricky. You can't really like stick that up in the sink.
Well, that was some fun color commentary on older episodes.
So you know what that means, Ben?
What?
It's time to announce the winner of our poll!
So, which project is going to be the third project
The
of
winner
the
is-
next year? Who gets the rose?
Pinball!
The mini pinball machine. It was an early favorite, so I guess I'm not too surprised that it won.
Plus, I think some of your pinhead buddies were in there loading those votes in.
I can't believe it.
So, for the next year, we're going to be working on Super Glue Gun, the Logic Bomb portion of Hackmanji,
Right.
and Mini Pinball.
Yes, and we're also going to have other segments along the way as well. But hopefully we can make those projects really nice and something that we could possibly turn into real products that anyone could buy.
And we'll tell you more about that in the next episode.
Stay tuned, and we'll see you next time.
Oh, you're talking about the belly button episode?
I don't remember what episode it was.
I think it was the belly button episode.
Yeah, where he's like, there's a little man in my stomach, and he goes, hello.
You need a plague mask.
The Ben Heck Show is brought to you by Element 14, the electronic design community where you can connect and collaborate with top engineers from around the world. Join now at element14.com.